Hello everybody, this is Kelly Bamer and I will be your instructor for EDU 222 section N1, which is Educational Technology at St. Charles Community College. This orientation video will take the place of any face-to-face class meeting or orientation session that you may have had if you've taken other online classes. The goal of this video is to give you an overview of the syllabus, the course expectations, and a general idea of the layout of the course website that we will use throughout the entire semester. Please watch this video in its entirety because at the end of the video there is a brief assignment that you will need to complete as your official check-in for the first day of class. So consider this similar to showing up for the first day of school, getting the necessary information that you need for a successful semester. So before we jump into the site, I'm going to take a little bit of time to go over the syllabus for the class. This is your guidelines here for everything that you need to know. Once again, this is EDU 222 section N1. My name, my cell phone number, which you're free to use if you need to call me or text me, but the preferred method of communication is definitely email. I check email all the time. I'm happy to meet with you for office hours by appointment. I am on campus some Tuesdays and Thursdays in the morning for a class from 8:30 to 9:45. So of course, before or after that is ideal, but I'm happy to make accommodations as needed. There is no textbook for this course. We're just going to use online resources and videos. But you do need to have access to Microsoft Office. So Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and Publisher will be used throughout the class. If you don't have them on your computers, you can get them from the college. You can download them on the website, or you can also plan to use the course computers located on campus as they all have the necessary programs. You'll find the traditional course description as well as prerequisites. Please note that a prerequisite for this class is English Composition 1 and Foundations of Education, which is currently EDU 212 but has been EDU 211 in the past. So either one of those will meet the prerequisite qualifications. The general course outcomes, the objectives for the class, all of that as usual noted in your syllabus as well as the instructional goals. I'm not going to read this all to you, but I'm going to skim over important points. I encourage you to take the time to read the syllabus in its entirety. Email communication. Email is the preferred method of communication in the class. I will reply to all emails within 24 hours of receiving them, and I expect the same from you. Please know that if you have a question for me, if you put question in the subject line of your email, that does allow me to decipher through emails in a more timely fashion and get you a response. Instructors on campus, we get a lot of emails daily from the college, and so when I have bits and pieces of time in between classes or appointments, I can glance at my email, and if I see question in the subject line, I'll always prioritize that email. So that's just a faster way to initiate communication. I do use course announcements, so I will post course announcements anytime I need to tell the entire class something. If it's something personal for just one or two students, I'll send that to you in a private email. But you can expect a course announcement at minimum at the beginning of each unit. And I'll talk a little bit more about that when we get to the course site. Attendance and participation. Obviously, you don't attend this class. It's an online class, but your participation is considered your attendance, and it is imperative that you participate in the class. We will do discussion boards throughout the course. So here are some guidelines for participating in a discussion board, as well as rules of etiquette for class participation. Guidelines for completing assignments. You are expected to read and review any required readings or watch any videos that need to be done. All work will be submitted electronically through the course website. Work that's prepared for this course cannot be turned in from another course and vice versa. I do grade assignments in a timely fashion, so you'll find that grades are posted rather quickly, but typically within 36 hours of the due date. And I do have a very strict policy on late work. Work is due on the due date. I accept late work up to 1 week late for 50% credit, but I don't accept any assignments that are more than 1 week late. Assignments are always due by 5 p.m. on the due date, and they're always submitted through the course site using whichever required program, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Publisher for that particular assignment. It's your responsibility to check your grades. If you think I've made an error, please let me know. I am human. I do make mistakes, and I'll be happy to adjust if necessary. And although the MOGIA is not required for this course, it is a requirement of the education program, and there is a minimum score you're expected to earn. So all of that is outlined here as well. A course evaluation grading scale, this is just outlining all of the different assignments that you'll be expected to complete in the course, the points for those, and how I arrive at 625 possible points in the course, and a grading scale for those points earned. Perhaps one of the most important pages in the syllabus will be this course schedule. This course schedule is going to outline everything for the entire semester. You'll notice that assignments are always due on Thursdays or Sundays, and the due time is 5 p.m., and I'm very strict about that. You'll notice that if there is a due date on the syllabus and then there's one on the course site, the syllabus date overrides anything on the course site if there's a discrepancy. So just know that in advance. And then I'm always going to provide you an activities and assignment list for each unit so that you have a more detailed idea of what's expected on these assignments. So this chart's going to tell you that Unit 1 runs from August 21st to August 27th. This is a 1-week unit. Other units are going to be more than 1 week long. And then it'll tell you within each one of those units what the different assignments are that are due, how many points, and the due date. So I think you'll find this very simple and easy to follow. I have highlighted 2 extremely important things on here. First of all background check paperwork and MSTA paperwork is due by September 5th. I'll talk about that a little bit more later in this video, but that's a critical date, as well as the 4-year education night, which is on Thursday, November 9th, 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. in SSB Auditorium. Your attendance is required. All education majors are required to be there. You have plenty of notice, so please make any necessary accommodations that you need to with your work schedules and family schedules. I've provided you a detailed list of the assignments we're completing in the class and the standards in which it aligns with, and then also a description of the various assignments that you'll be doing and just a little overview, as well as some general course reminders. So hopefully this information on the syllabus will be helpful to you. To jump back over to the course site, on the left-hand side, you're going to see different tabs, the home page, where the college has actually upgraded the home page and provided you some additional information. Course announcements, this is where I'll post the necessary announcements for the course. Assignments, this is a good overview of all the assignments for the class, when they're due and how many points. And this is also a great way to check your grades as well. But you can also do that down here on the grades tab. It looks very similar. All the assignments will appear, the due date and the grades. Discussions, this is a quick way to get to discussion boards, but you'll also get to those through the modules. People is just an overview of the people in the class. Pages is also an overview of pages in the class. Syllabus is not really a syllabus. It's just another overview of assignments, due dates. So there's no discrepancy. You won't have trouble missing a due date in the class. They're noted on multiple places. I really want to focus our conversation on the modules tab. This is where I put almost all the important information for the class, so you'll want to be on this tab frequently. Always check the announcements tab every time you log into the course site, as that's where I'll post any new information, but then you'll go to the modules. The first module you'll notice I have is the general course information, where I have a copy of the syllabus we just reviewed. The MSTA schedule, meeting schedule for the fall. You are required, you'll see in your syllabus, to attend at least one MSTA meeting this semester. When you go to the meeting, you'll get the advisor to sign off on the schedule for that meeting, and then you will upload that right here under the MSTA meeting assignment. You can tell it's an assignment, 'cause it says a paper and a pencil here. You'll upload that here to get credit for attending the meeting. I also have information for the fall MOGIA schedule on here as well. So the next module is for beginnings and orientations. This is uploaded by the college, and there's information on tech readiness and student resources on campus. And then there's also this Canvas student orientation. I'm going to come back to that later in the video for how you'll move forward and complete this necessary assignment. And then I have 2 links to things on Canvas that sometimes students need to know how to submit an assignment if you've never submitted an assignment on Canvas before. There are 3 major projects in the class. Instead of making you aware of those at the beginning of every unit, I've went ahead and made you aware of those up front. So these are the 3 major projects in the class. One of them is a technology observation. It's due on October 1st. A website project due on November 19th, and the lesson plan project, which is also your final project, due on December 3rd. I leave these up here the entire semester because you can actually work on those at any time, and you should be. They're all projects that you should be working on regularly. Very, very important. The technology observation, although not due until October 1st, has very important background check paperwork, stringent guidelines we have to follow through the state. And all of this paperwork, if you reference your syllabus, you will see once again that this is due on September 5th. This is not something that you can do the day before. This is not something that you can procrastinate on. You have to start working on this today. You're also probably going to need it for other classes, so it's just in your best interest to start today. All the information that you need to know for how to submit it is located in this project description and scoring guide. All the forms that you need are right here in this packet. Get started on this today. Read the directions very carefully, follow all of the steps, all of the guidelines. This is critical for your success. So I can't stress to you enough the importance of reading it in detail, following all the directions, and completing this promptly. Then we'll move on to a website project, which is good to know about now because it'll be a collection of websites that you've learned about throughout the semester. So start compiling those or noting those somewhere. And then the lesson plan, which we're going to work on throughout the semester as well. The electronic portfolio will also be submitted at the end of the semester. This is building on any portfolio that you should have set up in Foundations of Education. You're going to build on that portfolio. So here's just some guidelines of what I'm expecting you to add throughout this semester. And then for each unit, you're going to have a module. So this is the module for unit number 1. The first thing in the module is always going to be the activities and assignment sheet. This is going to outline everything you need to know in detail for the entire unit. So when a new unit becomes available, the first thing you need to do is download this page, print it off, and consider it your step-by-step guide to success in that unit. So it's critical that you do that. We'll take a look at the Unit 1 activities list. You will see that I always have the unit objectives and a very detailed list of all of the resources. This is what takes the place of reading if you had a textbook. And you'll notice that this resource list also corresponds with your module. All of the resources that are on the list are right here available for you in your module. So they're already uploaded. You don't have to go find them. Then you will see that there's learning activities. You need to think about learning activities as the types of things that you would do in and outside of class to familiarize yourself with the content. So it is imperative that you do everything on the learning activities list. Even though some of it is not worth any points, it's critical in your understanding of the content. So think of it, like I said, as what you would do in class if you were learning the material. All of the steps and everything that you need to do for the learning activities is outlined in this document. At some point in each unit, you're going to come across your participation points. So in this particular unit, it happens to be a discussion board. I'm always going to tell you exactly what to do, how to earn your points, and how many points it's worth. As you read through, I'll also tell you exactly which online resources or classroom resources you need to be referring to better understand the material. As you work through that, you'll notice towards the end, there's always going to be independent practice assignments. This is how I'm going to assess your knowledge of the content presented in this unit. So I will always tell you exactly what to do with very specific directions, how many points it's worth. And at the end, I'll always recap, tell you once again how many things you're turning in, what platform, whether it was Word, Excel, PowerPoint, or Publisher that you were expected to complete that in, and then the breakdown of the points for that particular unit. I think that you'll find the directions to be very detailed and very easy to follow, but I do want to mention that everything for this course was written brand new for this semester. So our objectives have changed and many of the requirements have changed. So all of these documents that I've created are being viewed for the first time by students this semester. So I'd like to ask you in advance a favor. If you feel that I've made an error or if something just doesn't make sense, please let me know. These are not documents that I have used before with other classes. So I am open to your input and your feedback. If something just doesn't make sense, please do let me know so that I can modify it not only for this semester, but for the future as well. So back to the course website, download the activities and assignment sheet first, use it as your guide. You'll have links to all of the online resources or files that you need. And then there will be assignment links where you can participate in any discussion boards or other participation assignments, and then where you'll turn in your actual end of the unit assignment each time. So hopefully this video has provided you a good overview of the course and a little bit about what to expect. So let's talk about your next steps. If I go back to the course schedule, on the 24th, I need to complete the orientation video review as well as the Canvas orientation, a participation assignment, and then by Sunday I have to complete the Unit 1 assignment. So let's talk about this orientation video review and Canvas orientation. Well, obviously watching this video was part of that, but then you're also going to go to the course site and you're going to go to this Canvas student orientation. You are going to follow the directions for completing this, and then when you're ready to submit it, you'll actually be sending me a link showing me you've completed this orientation. You'll go to this text box, and in here, not only will you give me the link to your Canvas orientation, but you'll also let me know in your own words that you've watched this video. Let me know any questions or concerns that you have, or even let me know if you feel totally comfortable with it. Type in your information here, click Submit Assignment, and that'll come to me for grading. It'll be our way of establishing communication and recognizing that you're actively participating in this course for this semester. Once again, I hope this video has been helpful to you. I realize it's very quick. I'll leave this online the whole semester, so if you need to go back and watch it at any time, you can. I am available by email, phone, text, or campus meeting if we need to. And I look forward to a great semester with all of you. Thanks so much.